YouTube, how the duck you doing? Duck Films here. What I got for you today is the top 5 best weapons in Delta Force Hot Ops. Of course, all of this is in my opinion. And if you're new here or find yourself coming back on the regular and you aren't already subscribed, why not? It's completely free. As we're pushing for 5,000 subscribers, maybe even 10,000. But anyways, I hope you sit back, relax, and let's dive straight into the video. Just to clarify, this top 5 is going to be in no specific order, and I believe all these weapons are on relatively the same level, of course with the right attachments. So coming into our top 5, one of the first weapons we're going to be looking at is the AKS-74. Now the AKS-74 does insane amount of damage, that number being 27. Now keep in mind, when you are using the AKS-74, it does have a slower rate of fire, so the best options when using this is going to be medium to long range. Now you could probably get away with using the AKS-74 at close range, however you'll probably be outgunned by other weapons. But the build we're going to be rocking for this AKS-74, we're going to be using the Ranger Handguard on all of the handguard positions so that we get maximum control. You don't need a laser, but it's totally optional. We're going to be using practical long barrel. With that, we're going to calibrate it. Weight, not necessary. Keep this default max length so we get maximum muzzle velocity. Come here, we're going to go to the barrel. For that, we're going to be using the Poseidon flash arrow. It's going to give us maximum control. We're going to be moving to the mini hand stop, and we're going to calibrate it. We're going to make it to the least placement or the closest placement, whatever you want to call it, so you get that ADS speed. Now, for the mag, it doesn't really matter what mag you can use. You can use the 75, you can use the banana, but we're going to keep it to the 30 round polymer so we get the handling. Then for the rear grip, we're going to be using the skeleton foregrip for control and handling. Then we're going to be using the 416 light stock, and we're going to come calibrate it. Placement's going to go all the way down and keep weight default. Then when it comes to the sights, we're going to be using the double riser tech. So starting off with the Hydra riser, then we're going to come to the micro sight riser, then any sight you want to put on it. Here are the stats: 62, 69, 35, 32. You don't need accuracy. Accuracy is only for hip fire, and the damage stays consistent. The next weapon we're going to be looking at is the K416. Now the K416 does 21 damage, but let me tell you, this thing shreds close range. I would recommend keeping your engagements to medium to close range, as long range kind of fizzles out and doesn't matter anymore. But you will win most gunfights up close with this specific build for this weapon. Coming into the build, again, we're going to try to maximize control and handling. So we're going to come to the K4A long barrel. We're going to come to calibrate. You can leave weight limit default or you can move it. It just depends on how you play. We're going to maximize the length so we get more muzzle velocity. And with putting on the long barrel, we get all these side rails. So with the side rails, everything is going to be on our Ranger handguard, so we get maximum control. Then we're going to come down to our barrel or our muzzle, and we're going to be using the Poseidon flash hider, so we get maximum control again. From there, we're going to go to our grip, and it's going to be all the way over here. We're going to be using the mini hand stop. I already have it on here, so we're going to calibrate it, and our placement is going to be all the way down so we get the ADS speed. We don't necessarily need the extra control since we have a ton of control already on the weapon. Our placement is going to be -4, while our thickness is going to be the same. From there, any mag, you can use any mag you so desire. I prefer the 45, but that's just me. Also, it says no debuff when mounted on at M249. I don't know why that's there, but it is. Then we're moving to the rear grip. We're going to be using the Phantom. I didn't calibrate it. You can calibrate it if you really wanted to for more control, which you can definitely do. You only get aiming stability when breathing. You don't necessarily breathe a lot. Then here, coming to the 416 light stock, again, calibrate it. Placement is all the way down so we get the ADS speed. Firing stability is not necessarily needed, but you can mess with this for more control. Then coming to the optics, we're running the double riser tech. So the Hydra riser to get handling, then another micro sight riser to get even more handling, then any sight you want. The next weapon we're going to be moving on to is the Kar-15, and let me just tell you, this weapon is insane. It has a base damage of 25 with a fire rate of 632 RPM. Now for a base weapon that's pretty much on every single class, it's almost too good to pass up on, but you can pretty much mix and match with however you want when it comes to this weapon, but this is my preferred loadout. You're going to want to slap on the Poseidon Flash Hider. Again, maximize that control. Then you don't need a rail. All it does, it gives you minus handling, so it's not really worth it. When it comes to the 30 round polymer mag, as it just gives handling and it's overall really good. We're going to use, of course, the Honey Badger small pouch. We're going to be using the Phantom rear grip. Going to come to the 416 stable stock, come to calibrate, and we're going to put that placement all the way down. Then of course, we're going to be using the double riser tech, so plus handling, and then we're going to put on a mini red dot. To tell you, this gun is actually insane, so make sure to try this one out. Now when it comes to the last weapon, of course I'm going to say the SG552, as I generally just love this gun. I think it's very good. There's a lot of scenarios where you find a 906 RPM very useful, and I highly recommend, or if you're on the fence about this weapon being good or not, just give it a try, why not? You have a base stat of 19 damage, which is on the lower side, but you get the huge fire rate advantage. Again, if you're skeptical about using this weapon, at least give my build a try, and let me know what you think in the comments below. But when we come to loadout, we're going to be running no side rails. Again, all it does, it gives you minus handling. We're going to put on the heavy barrel. We're going to go to calibrate. We're going to max the length. More muzzle velocity. You don't need ADS speed just yet. We're going to be running the Poseidon Flash Hider like usual to get maximum control. When you come to the mini hand stop. Now what's interesting is when you come to calibrate it, it only gives you the thickness, not the placement. So we're just going to leave it as is. For the mag, we're going to be running the 30 round mag. You can use the 45, but you do lose a lot of control and handling, so I recommend using the 30. Of course, with the Honey Badger pouch. Coming over, we're going to be using the Phantom rear grip to give you control and handling. Then we're coming to the stock, going to be 416 stable stock. Come to calibrate, put that placement all the way down to 0 practically, so we get ADS speed. That's where the lost ADS speed comes from when we maximize the barrel. Then of course the double riser tech, as we already know, Hydra riser, then the micro riser, then of course any dot you so prefer. But there you have it, those are my top 5 weapons that I highly encourage you to at least give it a try. Now if you find other builds that you think are better, let me know down below in the comments. And if you're new here and haven't already, do me a huge favor and hit that like and subscribe button, as it greatly helps me out as we are pushing for 5,000 subscribers. But anyways, hope you have a great one.
I think he only gets 4.
I probably will.
I say 50. Oh, I see? You went to 58. I was close. I said 57.